Okay, so last video I addressed a follow-up question from Guy Does Fallout, and a link that he had posted in his follow-up question took me to a very strange legal document, I guess, that had been introduced to New York State with regards to legislation regarding custody issues in New York State. Now, I don't know a whole lot about New York State laws. I know a lot about New Mexico laws. I know a lot about Florida laws, but not New York State. But I do know the legal definitions, and those are pretty much straight across the board when it comes from state to state to state. Um, so I thought I'd make this video very quickly about some legal definitions because that seems to be an issue that a lot of people don't fully understand. And the first and foremost one that gets me a lot, and I hear this a lot from people, is the term joint custody. For whatever reason, people seem to think that this means equal time with the child with both parents, and that's not actually what it means. Joint custody, joint legal custody, means that both parents have the legal right to parent that child, meaning that they have the legal right to make decisions, to have their opinions on decisions, such as where the child goes to school, who the child's doctor is. They both have equal access to the child's medical records, to the child's school records, things of that nature, what religion the child will be raised in, yada, yada, yada. Now, joint physical custody, that's where it means equal time for both parents. But judges these days are not very apt to grant joint physical custody because research has shown that switching a kid back and forth like that actually is detrimental to the child's development. Generally whoever was the primary caregiver of the child during the union will be the one who's given primary physical custody. Now, I say primary physical custody because that means the majority share of the time with the other parent receiving, every other weekend, and the majority of vacation time with the child once the child's in school. Now, when it comes to why judges are favoring joint legal custody with one parent being the primary custodial parent, like I said, that research has shown that, this is better for children. Children thrive on routine. They thrive on, familiarity. So generally they will choose to put one parent in main charge. This parent is expected to get them to school, handle doctor's appointments, that sort of thing. And then, both parents make the legal decisions regarding the child. Now, sole legal custody means that that parent has sole legal and physical custody of the child. The other parent's parental rights are not removed, but they're not as prevalent as the other parents. So this is where people, I think, get really, really confused. I know that with my husband and his daughter, he has joint legal custody. No one was ever actually granted primary physical custody in that case. However, for the time being, his daughter is primarily living with her mother in Florida. And the thing is that when there's no time sharing plan, when there's no, parenting plan that's filed with that paperwork, it makes it very difficult for being able to parent equally because whatever parent has the child in their custody at the moment generally can say, no, I don't want you to see the kid that weekend or whatever. Whereas if you have a parenting plan in place and filed with the custody paperwork, that will generally make it easier for you to enforce your rights as the parent. But try to remember this, people. This is where people get confused. They're so concerned with getting their fair share of the kid. They're forgetting that the kid is the one who's really in question here. What's best for the child? If it's best for the child for them to live with dad for the most part and visit you, or if it's best for the child to live with mom and visit the dad, then, do what's best for the kid. Don't do what's best for you, or don't worry about what people will think of you if you don't have the kid in your custody 50% of the time. This is a fallacy. So thank you very much for watching my video, and we'll see you next time.